Welcome to National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, Dominica welcomes a new U.S. ambassador. His Excellency Charles Savre visits New Grotto Home, and the London-based association makes a donation to Chances. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Destroying mosquito breeding sites. The Aedes aegypti mosquito that causes dengue fever, chikungunya, and Zika lives in and around homes and places where people gather. Check your premises on a weekly basis for any collection of water, inside and outside, that may encourage breeding of mosquitoes. Here's a checklist to help you search and destroy mosquito breeding sites. Empty or cover up all water containers, especially plastic buckets and drums. Clean up discarded containers, plastic bags and coconut shells. Get rid of tires or use them to plant flowers. Empty and clean containers used by pets. Throw away water in plant saucers and dish drainers. Use wet sand in flower vases instead of water. Clean your roof gutters and drains. Spread oil on pools of water. Cover and seal septic tanks, soakaways and water storage tanks. Fill concrete block holes with sand or concrete. Ensure all manholes are properly sealed. Ensure that all drum covers fit securely. Punch holes in cans before disposing. Help keep Dominica clean and healthy. Stop breeding mosquito today. Keep Zika away.
Thanks for staying with us. His Excellency Charles Savre, President of Dominica, and members of the President's Charity Foundation visited the New Grotto Home for the Homeless on Thursday. The purpose of the visit was to get a first-hand view of the progress of the new building at Bellevue Hall in Stock Farm. President Savre met with members of the Board of Directors and was taken on a thorough tour of the premises. GIS News spoke with the President of the Board of Directors, Enzo Irish, who was high-spirited about the visit of President Savre.
And His Excellency is very concerned about the welfare and the well-being of the residents. So he decided today to grace us with his presence. He had a complete conducted tour of the premises. He made some recommendations and he made his observations. And certainly as the board meet later today, we're going to have to meet and take some firm decisions in terms of the future development for the new site at Bellevue Hall. So I must say we're extremely happy today. The board members were on site. Mrs. Juvers, of course, is a board member. She and her husband have been doing a tremendous amount of work in terms of the movement for the new grotto. We had our other board members here. And so I can tell you I'm extremely happy. At least His Excellency came here. He looked at all the facility. He looked at, and His Excellency is somebody who is very much, in tune with what's happening.
Irish said that His Excellency Charles Savre has always shown a keen interest in the affairs of the Grotto Home.
His Excellency have already made some contributions, and of course he did ask us to submit a list of things that we need, in terms of some of the things that we need readily so that we can move, and he did indicate that he will do his utmost to ensure that, we get some sort of further assistance in terms of things that we need for the grotto. So yes, his presence here was, I must say, it was a very good one, and I know that before long he will be back here again.
Works are still being done on the new site for the home. Irish took the opportunity to thank the general public for the assistance given thus far and hopes that the project will be completed in the soonest possible time. The Honorable Minister for Public Works, Ports and Parliamentary Representative for the Soufriere constituency, Ian Pinard, has tendered his resignation as Minister effective Wednesday, March 2nd, 2016. In a statement released on Wednesday, Pinard explained the reasons for his decision.
In recent days, allegations of serious inappropriate behavior have been made against me in the media and elsewhere in relation to matters which the public rightly is and has been most concerned about. I believe I have a moral and fiduciary responsibility to you to address you on this matter. In light of these allegations, I considered that my continued presence in the cabinet can adversely impact the very important work this government is doing and must continue to do for the people of Dominica. In order to allow me to more appropriately address the allegations against me, and also in order to focus on other very important personal matters, I have earlier today tendered to the Honorable Prime Minister my resignation as a Minister of Government with immediate effect. I will continue to serve my constituents of the Soufriere constituency, pending what I am confident will be a successful conclusion of this matter. I would like to take the opportunity to extend my profound thanks to the Honorable Prime Minister and leader of my party for giving me the opportunity to serve our blessed country at the highest level. I also wish to thank the constituents of the Soufriere constituency for the support and confidence they have reposed in me. I assured you of my continued readiness to serve you. I thank you.
In more news, Ambassador Linda Tagliatella is the new ambassador of the United States to Dominica. She replaces Larry Palmer, who served Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean on behalf of the United States for 4 years. The new U.S. ambassador presented her credentials to His Excellency, President of Dominica, Charles Savre, on Wednesday.
I am honored that President Obama chose me to be his representative to this beautiful nation, Dominica, and I can assure you that the United States is committed to continuing the strong relationship between our two countries. We are linked by shared democratic values and commitment to human rights. Dominica is an esteemed partner, which we supported in 2015 by providing over $3 million in security assistance, as well as funding programs that empower youth, improve health outcomes, and increase resilience to climate change impacts in Dominica. As ambassador to Dominica, I look forward to continuing the robust relationship that makes the relationship between our two countries so special.
His Excellency the President acknowledged areas of cooperation between the United States and Dominica. He listed support provided by the U.S. in youth empowerment, health, climate change resilience, and security. President Savre placed a special emphasis on medical relief provided by the medical ship, the USNS Comfort, which saw to the health needs of more than 11,000 locals. Importantly, the President referenced the U.S. President Barack Obama's visit to Jamaica last year, where he was met with the CARICOM Prime Minister and urged the region to work together to address the high costs of energy.
Perhaps one of the most onerous challenges impacting negatively on our economic development is the high cost of electricity. To overcome this challenge, the government has placed its focus on the area of renewable energy and is committed to making Dominica the first country to become 100% renewable energy reliant for generation of electricity by harnessing our considerable geothermal potential. The approach is to first establish a small 10-megawatt plant for local consumption, and then a larger 120-megawatt plant primarily for export of electricity to the neighboring islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe. Your Excellency, I am indeed pleased and welcome the fact that the United States has undertaken to continue to concentrate its efforts in combating these challenges by expanding its cooperation in the areas of alternative energy and climate change and regional security through the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative program.
This program is part of a U.S. security strategy which brings all members of the Caribbean community and the Dominican Republic together to jointly collaborate on regional security with the United States as a partner. The new ambassador is a 3-time recipient of the Presidential Rank Awards, including both Distinguished and Meritorious Service and other department awards. Right after presenting her credentials to President Savre, Ambassador Tagliatella met with the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, in his office. You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. The Dominica Overseas National Association, DONA, based in London, donated over 2,000 EC dollars to Chances on Wednesday. Chances provides emergency shelter in a safe environment for children and young people in need of care and protection. Franklin Georges made the presentation on behalf of the DONA.
Today, the check is on behalf of DONA, but all the other associations that work together and remember Dominica every day of their life, because these are hard-working people. There's no government, no special group that work, and the donations and the contributions they do excursions, they do dances, they do fundraising, they do these things to raise this money to send home.
Honorable Minister for Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs, Catherine Daniel, expressed gratitude for the gesture.
I want, on behalf of the government of Dominica, on behalf of the Ministry of Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, to thank you so very, very much, most sincerely, for this gesture. It will go a long way. Sometimes we look at the quantum of that we get, but you as an organization have done so much for Dominica.
Director of Chances, Ava McIntyre Roach, said that the money will be put to good use for the further enhancement of Chances.
And we will make sure that we use whatever funds that they give us to the best use. I already know that, we constantly have to run parenting programs for the parents of the children, and we have to constantly train our staff. The children do have great needs, and the home itself, there are things that they need. So we can always use these funds that we have for the benefit of Chances, children of Dominica.
Chances officially opened its doors on April 13, 2011, and is currently the home for 18 children. In more news, while the banana subsector is being revitalized in Dominica, there are also plans to do the same with plantain. The black sigatoka disease caused serious damage to these crops over the last few years, prompting government to take action to save these subsectors. In 2015, the government of Dominica imported over 40,000 banana plantlets from France with the aim of revitalizing the industry. In a recent interview with the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drago, plans are underway for the revitalization of the plantain subsector.
The BAM program, we're now looking at the plantain subsector, which was part of the BAM initiative, and the necessary work is being done for importation of plantain tissue culture plants as well, so we can expand the plantain subsector, because one of the biggest problems we have right now, farmers are presently motivated, we have a problem with plantain materials. So the Ministry of Agriculture will continue to respond to the farmers.
Honorable Drago praised the farmers for their diligence in food production and assured the government's continued commitment to transform the agriculture industry. CEO of the Discover Dominica Authority and Director of Tourism, Colin Piper, believes that awareness plays a major role in Dominica realizing its full potential as the ideal travel destination. In an exclusive interview with the GIS News on Thursday, the director said this focus on awareness is especially important following the participation of Dominica in the Outdoor Adventure Travel Show in Toronto, Canada from February 19th to 21st, 2016.
We partner with tour operators and travel agents. Those are the people that we want to pitch Dominica to, so that they can put a product together, a product consisting of what to do on Dominica, where to stay, and then they in turn market and promote Dominica as a vacation option to their clients, to their customers. So we want to partner with the trade, again consisting of tour operators and travel agents, because they in and of themselves have a customer base that we want to tap. We also go to consumer shows where people who are interested in vacations and want to find out information about where next to vacation will come, and they will go to the booths of various destinations that are promoting. So from time to time we do that in the source markets that we have identified that are important for Dominica.
These places include North America, Canada, Europe, and the UK. Piper notes that the selection of these particular countries is a strategic process.
we've picked those source markets because there's a fair amount of international travel by the residents of those source markets, and they are in fact interested in the pillars that we have, which is nature, culture, and adventure. So a trade show, a consumer show, is a worthwhile marketing tool to try to come in contact with the trade as well as the consumers, and those are the primary reasons why we go to those source markets. And again, the pillars of nature, culture, and adventure help us to determine which trade shows we go to in each of those source markets.
When asked about the response from these sources following the participation in the travel show, he had this to say.
Well, it's always good coming from the trade shows because you have an opportunity to establish new relationships with the trade and consumers, or you have an opportunity to reinforce and further develop and strengthen an already existing relationship. So, for example, if we have a relationship with a tour operator, because as the tourism authority we support a program that they do, we may speak about how many people they have booked to come to the island and what more support and what other things we can do to assist them further. So they may decide, you know, we just put it on our website the last time, but now if we put it on the website and we do an ad in the newspaper and we put an ad in certain magazines, that we may get additional people coming. So these are the sorts of things we discuss with the trade to determine how we can support them. For the consumers, it's really important to have to have representatives from the private sector there so that they can actually pitch the packages. And each hotel has a different package. And so for consumer shows, while we support with making sure that Dominica has a presence with the booth, we really encourage the private sector to attend as well and to pitch their product to the consumers.
Dominica was recently ranked third among 20 for best Caribbean destinations for adventure by USA Today in November 2015. And that's the English news. And next is Creole Highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministère de l'Éducation, honorable Peter Saint-Jean, qui a créé à ce public-là pour condamner bien fort parole opposition, ça fait au-là, il a attaqué Citizenship by Investment Program. Honorable Saint-Jean qui a créé à ce public-là pour le bout et puis gouvernement, qu'on programme-là en l'intérêt ailleurs.
À mon cas, créé à ce tout Dominicain qui aimait pays pour deux bouts avec parler au compte ça United Workers Party qu'a fait. Puisque nous ka quoi que n'importe monde qui fait ça, yo c'est un monde qui traite et yo pas vle bien pour pays. Assez faux, nous deux bouts avec gouvernement Dominique et avec premier ministre là qui c'est un homme qui a travaillé pour mener l'argent en pays là, pour mener prospérité en pays là et pour faire Dominique place là qui meilleur pour peuple vivre en bas la terre là.
D'autres nouvelles, sécurité sociale Dominique financier, plaisir projet capital en Dominique. Parole ça là, sur le député directeur, M. Augustus Etienne.
Ce qui est plus récent, c'est nous financer projet pour bâtir police station en Kerdisha la plaine, qui le gouvernement ouvert l'année passée. Nous badons à ce pour ça, pour tirer l'eau, pour moun, Bells, Penrise, et moun Penville. Ça, c'est quelque chose qui nous fait dans les passés d'années avant. Il y avait plus longtemps, peut-être dans les 80, c'est 1980-1990s, nous assistons au gouvernement bâti Children's Ward l'hôpital Roseau, nous assistons pour réhabiliter Port, Woodbridge Bay, pendant que nous avons bâti Bayfront, Crochet Boeuf. Il était nécessaire pour réhabiliter Port là, et nous assistons ça. Nous bâti Kai Louisville, c'est Kai là qui est en Louisville là, c'est nous qui bat waouh l'argent pour bâtir ces Kai ça là. Nous t'es aussi bat Dawasco l'argent pour tirer global mon Grand Savant Bawi. Avec Tant investment nous fait aide banque nous ba crédit dans l'argent pour ba moun bâti caille pour ba moun qui aller étudier l'autre pays l'argent pour faire ces bail ça là avec en ces façons ça Dominique am social security déjà fait contribution pour développement Dominique de manière qui ou ça voit pas seulement qui nous a payer bénéfice qui c'est mais nous raison la pour établir social security mais là nous faire cet investissement ça nous a aussi assister pour développer le pays là.
Autre nouvelle, membre parlement pour constituency Kachakou qui était aussi ministre Public Works et puis Paul, Honorable Ian Pinard, voyez lettre résignation par Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, Honorable Pinard et Sri Powell résignation McPherson. Selon Honorable Pinard, jour qui passé, allégation qui a concerné bagaille bien sérieux, qui a concerné 3 noms par en médias, qui a concerné. Honorable Pinard fait parole qui est tapé quoi qui a une obligation morale et puis responsabilité pour adresser cette situation-là. Honorable Pinard dit qu'il a considéré ces allégations pour y continuer comme membre cabinet, ça même ça affecte bon travail là, gouvernement qui puis continuer à faire peuple Dominique. Il dit à un manière pour y adresser cette situation-là et puis d'autres bagages personnels, il faut lettre résignation par Premier ministre immédiatement. Honorable Pinard dit qu'il continue à représenter PEP constituency et puis qu'il attend des affaires allégations ça va venir au bout. Et aussi pour opportunité pour remercier le Premier ministre qui est aussi chef parti pour travailler à un état bien haut. Honorable Pinard aussi remercier PEP constituency pour confiance qu'il mette à dingue. Il dit qu'il a une confiance qui continue de travailler en l'intérêt à eux. Et puis finalement, management solide West Dominica, oui, mais c'est public là pour te répondre là, nettoyer PM, si l'on campagne qui te passe. Parole ça là, sorti officier relations publiques, M. Jenou Jacob.
Il allait très bien, nous avons dit moun Dominique merci, nous avons remercié pour support le gouvernement, le Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, aussi Environmental Health Department, et puis Palrepio, et puis tout le monde qui vient à bord Solid Waste, et puis gouvernement, pour faire certain que nous nettoyons Dominique, parce que nous savons que le virus Zika, c'est la qui peut pas venir Dominique pièce. Avec on voit que moun vraiment venir à bord pour mettre bitin dehors, mais ça nous voit que nous recevons au moins 400 trucks en vigne landfill là bien plein bien chargé et puis divers bitins vieux fridge white goods stove vieux TV vieux fan et puis ça sont bons bitins parce que c'est item ça là c'est bitin ça là qui agit en place la main gain ça western et puis initiative là c'est une initiative pour source reduction pour vous faire place la main gain qui peuple moins comme ça pas que ni main gain Dominique.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à quoi pour présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
And before we leave, here are a few announcements. The Youth Development Division invites applications from suitably qualified persons to fill the following positions: Computer Skills Instructor for Portsmouth, Computer Maintenance Instructor for Portsmouth, Computer Maintenance Instructor for St. Joseph, Landscaping Instructor for Dubla, and Boat Making Instructor for Castle Bruce. Successful applicants will be contracted for no less than 3 months in the first instance and will be required to begin employment in April 2016. Applicants should be knowledgeable in the skill area and possess a certificate and/or at least 3 years of experience. Interested persons should apply to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Constituency Empowerment. Deadline for receipt of applications is Friday, March 11th, 2016. Expressions of interest for the Caribbean Development Bank funded project enhancing Dominica's trading environment and export capacity are now being considered. Interested persons are invited to submit expressions of interest for legislative drafting consultant and/or trade and communications consultant. The complete terms and reference and application details can be obtained from the Government of Dominica website at www.dominica.gov.dm under the link Vacancies or by sending an email message to foreignaffairs@dominica.gov.dm. Dr. Alex Ephraim, Vice President of the Monroe College, St. Lucia campus, is extending 5 partial scholarships to the Roseau City Council. Recipients are eligible to $2,500 EC off per semester. Interested persons wishing to pursue further education at Monroe College St. Lucia campus for the semester commencing 29th April 2016 are requested to submit applications to the City Clerk, Roseau City Council, 21 Long Lane, Roseau, by March 29th, 2016. And the Fisheries Division announces the conducting of its 36th Basic Fisherman Training course for new and prospective fishers and entrepreneurs. This course will take place at the Roseau Fisheries Complex from Monday 7th to Friday 11th March 2016. Interested persons are asked to visit the Roseau Fisheries Complex to register confirmed participation by Friday 4th March 2016. Coming up next, your tip of the day. In today's tip, we'll discuss how you can maintain a healthy heart. Heart disease may be a leading cause of death, but that doesn't mean you have to accept it as your fate. You can avoid heart problems in the future by adopting a healthy lifestyle today. Smoking or using tobacco is one of the most significant risk factors for developing heart disease. Chemicals in tobacco can damage your heart and blood vessels, leading to narrowing of the arteries. Exercise for at least 30 minutes on most days of the week. Getting some regular daily exercise can reduce your risk of fatal heart disease, and when you combine a physical activity with other lifestyle measures, such as maintaining a healthy weight, the payoff is even greater. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.